I'm Adora Wofor, and today we celebrate those Calgarians who follow inspiration and pursue passion to enjoy the benefits of living creatively.
With Black History Month upon us, we speak with a Calgary author about representation.
If there's a book you want to read and you can't find it, write it.
Then see how a choir reinvents itself as a drive-in.
It just kind of freed up our souls. It was just amazing.
And a youthful perspective brightens up Sunelta.
We're all locked in the house. That's the best time for the creativity of an artist, when they're locked in the house.
This and more on Living a Creative Life. Black History Month in Canada usually has a lot of US influence, but Canada has its own Black history, and I really hope that you take a look at your local historians like Cheryl Fogo. She knows so much. Mohammed Bashir is out of Edmonton and telling all the stories in Alberta. Black History Month is Canadian history. Black history is world history. Want to know how to get involved during Black History Month? I know you do, because you want to be an ally and accomplice. That means finding Black organizations, Black artists, Black businesses, and making sure that you ask them what they need for support and then give it to them as much as you can. Let's scan the socials. At Claire Proust gives us a sneak peek at Hernan Moreno's short film shoot. At Amy Jo Benoit Music shares some thoughts on her isolation journals. And lastly, let's pop back in on Lanray Ajay, host of My City Speaks to Me, to see what he's been up to.
This month is Black History Month, and it's an honor for me to bring you stories about excellence in the Black community. Watch out.
Dr. Suzette Meyer is an acclaimed Canadian author who will be discussing the value of Black literature and history in Canada and the creative writing process behind their current novel at a speaking event for Black History Month at the U of C on February 25th. We sat down with them to find out more.
So, what does creativity mean to you?
Creativity to me, it's where I go to be safe. It's where I go to have control. It's where I go to write the books that I cannot find in the world. If there's a book you want to read and you can't find it, write it. As a Black person, you do need to see yourself. And what happens when you don't see yourself? Well, you end up as a fragmented, incomplete person, I think. Or if you only see trauma, like slavery stories, those kinds of narratives, it's an incomplete view of the world. That's sort of been driven home during the pandemic, finding the stories that I want to see. And so I've been working on a historical fiction about a queer Black sleeping car porter. What's been a real struggle is that by writing about a Black queer person in 1929 who immigrated here from the Bahamas, that's not going to be in any archives. There are some people who deliberately don't want to be archived. They don't want to be found. There's this really great anthology that just came out, edited by Karina Vernon, called the Black Prairies Anthology, where she's basically done an incredible amount of homework and digging to find the history of Black writers in this place. And we go back like so far, like hundreds of years, and it's so beautiful to see stuff like that.
Black History Month is upon us, and I love to call it Black Futures Month, because when we celebrate Black History Month in North America, in the West, it's usually about the enslavement story. We are much more than history, so I'm just wondering what you hear when you hear Black Futures Month.
Oh my God, it makes me so happy. I immediately think of Afrofuturism, you know what I mean? So there's this really interesting genre of writing that's coming out, that's sort of speculative Black fiction that is so weird and interesting, and there's all kinds of possibilities surrounding it. So how great would it be to have more stories about a Black computer programmer or a florist or whatever, having other stories besides the ones that people come to expect.
What do you see in the future post COVID-19?
I hope that momentum continues, that there's more of an investment in a variety of Black experiences and Black art. I think all I can do is make my own art, and try to support the artists as much as I can.
I can't wait to see what you do next, living creatively.
Oh, thank you. Now I have Black Future Month, so the sky's the limit.
A founding member of Luminous Voices, Calgary's professional chamber choir, Julie Friedman Smith loves to sing and to teach. So, how did she manage to pursue her creative goals during a pandemic?
So, Luminous Voices is Calgary's professional choir, and for those of us who love to sing and perform, COVID has been a real struggle. And at the same time, those boundaries that have been put in place have been a cause for creativity. So we found out about this possibility of the technology that we can use for our car choirs. And that has been so fantastic because we get to sing and our audience gets to come and listen to us. And it's good for the audience too. It's not just a pro for the singers. It's pretty neat for the audience to be able to be in their own little car and be safe in their bubble, but still feel like they're part of a concert experience and be able to interact with us. They honk their horns when we're done a piece, and that feels great because we're getting the feedback from the audience and we're singing out to the audience and creating this wonderful circle of energy. It's amazing. So we each have a microphone in our cars, and the wire goes out the window, and then we plug that into a mixer, and our audio tech mixes the sound, and then he feeds that through an FM transmitter. And so we hear the sound through our FM radio. And it means that we're hearing the sound pretty much as we're making the sound, so it gives us the ability to sing together. And all of our audience can just tune their FM radio to the number, and then we sang, and it just kind of freed up our souls. It was just amazing. There are lots of ways that creativity impacts me in how I sing, in how I have run my businesses, and how I work. Back in 2002, my business partner Gail Bell and I started a company called Parenting Power. We wanted to help parents. We were teachers, and we kept being asked the same questions by parents, and we thought, wow, is there a way that we can help parents to feel better about their parenting? We're lucky enough to do that for many, many years. And just this summer, we decided that after 18 years, it was time to let it go and we would go our separate ways. So that's been a big adjustment. And it's all come at the time of COVID as well. Choir singing and creativity in general is so much more than just the palpable things. I encourage everyone to find their spark of creativity in whatever way it is for them, especially in these times where there are so many feelings that we don't even know that we're feeling because we're trying to just keep them all down. It's a great way to release those emotions and not have them get the better of us.
Let's go for a walk with Sun Alta School's artist in residence, Vanya Dimitrova.
We're here at the Sun Alta School and we are looking at your beautiful installation that you did. I'm just wondering who was involved in this project?
This project was open to anyone from Sun Alta community. I was inspired from the children's artwork that was displayed on the windows during the time of the pandemic last March. I was walking in the community and I was looking at this beautiful artwork that actually the kids were drawing even sometimes on the doorstep. As you can see, there are different messages displayed in these collages that I created from the artwork. Some of the messages are like a thank you to the doctors and to the nurses. The animals, the butterflies, there's horses. So everything that was going on in the kids' mind at that time of the pandemic, it just was expressed through the artwork.
But let's talk a little bit about what you're creating at home during COVID, because we're all locked in the house.
That's the best time for the creativity of an artist when they're locked in the house.
Right.
They start thinking.
Oh, creating projects.
They start thinking how to create more projects. I have an idea to create a big installation consisting of 10 canvases.
Okay.
And to be a little comprehension of my life as a woman, as an immigrant, and as a mother. So I went through so much, of course. It was a big journey.
Right.
Coming from the other part of the world, from Bulgaria originally, and how to integrate and how to promote my art and myself as an artist. We always have to overcome some challenges in our life. And despite those challenges, we still need to stay optimistic, to stay connected, and to appreciate the beauty that we see around us.
I am here with Cami and Harvey to talk about the You Belong Art Bench project. Cami, what is it that you do for being creative outside of your work life?
I am a singer, a songwriter, musician, and a visual artist as well.
I need to know, what is a BIA?
It's a business improvement area. So all the businesses in Crescent Heights got together to pay a levy to hire me to make this a place where everybody is welcome to come and help support the businesses through this time and into the future. Crescent Heights Village is a new BIA. And as a new BIA, we were lacking some infrastructure, and benches included. I also wanted to really include public art in the BIA as a way to bring some color and liveliness, especially through the winter months. So what we did is we paired visual artists with nonprofits who work in the diversity and inclusion space, put them together to create art benches that speak to the mission of the nonprofit as seen through the artist's eyes. Doing research, talking to people who live here, work here, one theme kept coming back over and over and over again, and that was the diversity of people who are here. My goal is to really amplify that and show how people from diverse perspectives and diverse places can create something together that's greater than the sum of its parts.
You are not the creator of this bench, but I heard that you are creating something for this project.
I am. I partner up with Refreshed Crew. It's a non-for-profit organization that supports Indigenous youth off reserves and on reserves. My design was actually a mixture of a lot of elements from hip hop, especially graffiti.
Harvey, how did you get involved in art and being creative?
I actually started with art through Refresh Crew, the same organization that I'm partnering with. Around when I was a youth, I became homeless, and so with that, like, I didn't really have a lot of places to go, and like Refresh Crew was this non-profit organization program that was like, you know, offering these workshops. Art has been an important part of my life, you know, and I think that like being able to not only share my story, but also to, like, you know, empower other youth to do art has been like a great way for me to, like, you know, put into my artwork.
As long as I'm making art, making music, and making a difference in the world, that's my goal.
Thank you, creative Calgarians, for making this city such a special place. If you have a project, story, or example of living creatively, please share to submissions@calgaryartsdevelopment.com or post with the hashtag YYCLCL. Also, we want to see your time-lapse videos of your projects from start to finish. So set up your cameras and let them roll. Join us next time for more on Living a Creative Life.